So it's therapy time with Colorfulsweet, and we are here to, talk about some things that have been going on, bring some things out into the light, and take the lessons away from what's been going on. So I'm really glad to have you today, and I'm really excited to, go over some of these things with you because I know, you've kind of been struggling with some of these things, and this is where it comes out, and we have no shame here. This is just the stuff of humans, and we're really glad you could join us because it's really important to discuss these ways of humanity and how we are as humans, so that we can be better versions of our alien selves. So, um, you know, uh, really glad to have you, and yeah, that's probably what did it. Anyway, so first things first. I know you mentioned you've been, having some feelings for this guy, and it's been really complicated because last time you told us this on therapy with Colorful Sweet, and I just wanted to reiterate for our viewers, who didn't get to join us last time, and um, you know, uh, Sheereen was telling us about how that she was having a difficult time because it just wasn't comfortable for her, and she really wasn't able to feel free and in her skin, and it felt very push and pull for her because she was like likes this person but had a really difficult time even you know really choosing to even be around him because that was hard for her. So, she expressed a lot of struggle with that, and, wanting to run away at the same time, enjoying, you know, when he's around. So, we know the struggle, and I know that you were saying you don't want to, give him any names, so we call him Dear X. And Mr. Dear um, is a very interesting person that has really illuminated a lot of um, her own stuff, and, and so she's been really having to pull some stuff out to discover a lot about herself. So we're here to really help with that processing of what these things are bringing up, what they're relating to when it comes to her father and her past relationships about sex and guys, and intimacy and relationships, and then her relationship with herself ultimately, because that's what it comes down to. So we're here to just facilitate that, and really glad that she's chosen to join us here, because we know that it can be really difficult, being vulnerable about these things and about just being yourself. And, we're not perfect. And that's why, we're here to grow on ourselves as humans so that we can tap into that alien, because we have to remember that. And that's important. And I think that's a huge part of, I wanted to lead this discussion, was that I think from what you've told me that, at some point you were able to open up to that and really just be free, and let that consciousness flow. And it felt like that consciousness was, that flow was kind of, stumped when things sort of changed because they were misconstrued, or things weren't communicated, and things had to things were miscommunicated, and there was a feeling of it, kind of being cut, this flow state, and that caused a lot of complications. But if it wasn't cut, then you wouldn't have had to dig deep, really dig deep and see like what it is about this person that you're fixated on, quote unquote. I mean, he even knows it, he said it, and it's really important to look at why there might be this quote unquote fixation with this person, and I think that we're really getting somewhere. Um, so, you know, um, I think that that time when I was really able to be free and tap into that, and tap into the eternal allness. And I think that there was a part of me that felt like I needed him to tap into that. So there was an aspect of me that was like fixated because I wanted to get to that state again. And I think that it would have helped me to realize that I don't need a person or a guy or a relationship just because, with them I can tap into that. I don't need them because I think this is what our relationship has taught me, because we were never able to get there again, after that one time. And so if I am fixated on getting that again, and it's the more I like want it, and the more I'm like, I want that closeness again, I want those guards down from both of us, I think that it's created a lot of pressure. So not only am I unable to really be fully myself, I think that it's putting a lot of pressure on him too, and it's just clashing. And the more that I'm, like, I tend to be that way sometimes, really trying to make things happen and wanting it to go the way that I want it to go, and trying to be in control and trying to understand. So that's been um, a challenge, and it's really made me look at, like, you know I guess my relationship with myself, and it's brought up some intense stuff, because when you think that, I think that when you think, like, I can only get it with this person's not wanting me in that way or pursuing me, there must be something wrong with me, and I need to get them to like me so that I can get to that state again, because if they are the reason and cause and the catalyst for that beautiful state of being, then I need them. And they can help it be a beautiful state and help to be a part of that collaboration, co-creation. But if I start to see them and put them on a pedestal as the thing that will get me there, I mean, that's obviously not been the case, because however many times we've hung out, it hasn't been there again, because I've had this, like, freaking expectations and pressure I've been putting on it. And with this new sort of relationship that kind of formed with somebody else, I realized that at the end of the day, it was me that was, that I thought that the other party was the one that's closing up or becoming this and that. And so, and that was with Deer. And then with this new person that we'll call Jolly Rancher. We'll call him Jolly Rancher. Because he's really sweet to me, I guess. And when he started to like me, um, I guess I noticed, and I started to be uncomfortable, and I started to change, and I started to like him back. And then, I blamed him and said that you're nervous now, and I don't know if I like this anymore. Like, I don't, why can't you just be comfortable? And I realized, like, a huge part of it was me. And I think that happened with Deer as well, that I started to, be different, and therefore the dynamic was affected. So, um, and I realized that, and that they also don't respond that well to someone that feels like they're feeding their ego, because that's not what they want. So, yeah, this has been really good. Just to, you know, just understand better my situation, and thank you for having me. And I'm really freaking looking forward to next time, because it's really nice to just, like, get a lot of this, processing and out of my chest, so that it's in front of me and I could face it and see it and work with it. So thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to next time. All right, peace and love.